Hello, I'm Vi Dutcher, and I direct EMU's writing program. Welcome to the writing workshop on voice and the rhetorical situation. I'm here because I believe in what you're learning, and I believe in what your professors consider values of writing in your courses. I can relate to how some of you might be feeling right now if you've been out of school for several years. It can be daunting to return to new study habits, new technologies, to studies while at the same time holding a job and raising a family. These may be some of the feelings that you're having. When I was in my 20s, I returned to school, taking 2 courses at the undergraduate level. I became distracted from this effort and did not return again until I was 38 years old. How did that happen? My youngest was going to school, and my husband asked me what I was going to do, and I told him that I was going to continue as a server at a local restaurant, but switch to days instead of nights. And he suggested that I return to school and fulfill that lifelong dream that I had. I thought I was too old to do that, and he thought that was nonsense, and the rest, as they say, is history. So I'm here to welcome you to your new adventure. I'm also here because writing is a rhetorical act. I'm a rhetorician and a compositionist, so I get passionate about the intersection of rhetoric and writing. What does that mean exactly? It means that the 2 most important parts of writing are the audience and the purpose. To write an effective paper, you must know to whom you are writing and why. Your professors can help you with this. Sometimes, of course, your audience is your professor. You know that, and your professor knows that. Generally, there's a specific group identified to whom you're writing. You should be able to get this from the assignment, and if you can't, ask your professor. If you're a nursing student, for example, are you writing for patients, for other nurses? If you're a CJP student, are you writing to everyone who lives in a particular geographical area? Caseworkers, clients. Depending upon your audience, your writing will look different. Think about this. If you're a nursing student, for example, how would you write describing the action of a calcium channel blocker for a group of patients? Then think about how you would write about the same subject for a group of nurses with whom you work. Same subject, much different writing. Some questions you will ask yourself are, what are my readers' expectations? In what context will they find this writing? What do my readers know about my subject? Do I need to fill in some background so they'll understand what I'm trying to say? What do I want my readers to think about when they're finished reading my writing? Do you want them to think, now I understand, or yes, I agree. Something should be done, and I'll do something about that. Or, wow, I never thought of doing that with my patients. I bet it would work. In whatever graduate program you're in, you can adapt those kinds of questions to meet your audience's needs. So writing with deliberate intention for an audience and with purpose is part of the commitment you have made. You've made a commitment to a graduate community. Joining this community comes with expectations. To join academic dialogue, give and take, two-way conversation between you and your professor, you and your peers, you and your readings, journals, you and your writing, both external dialogues and internal dialogues. In order to do this, you will need to find your voice, to recognize it, to train your voice. This may be new, yet in your jobs you've had a voice. You know to whom you speak and the purpose for it, the audience and the purpose. Now you will become more aware of this process and enter into it deliberately and with intention. Formal academic essays, don't use second-person you. Don't use contractions in academic or more formal writing as you develop your voice. Avoid passive voice as you develop your own writing voice in graduate school. For example, the car was driven into the river. The question to ask of the action in the sentence is, by whom? We don't know who drove that car into the river. If you don't know, then it's written in passive voice, likely. It also involves a form of the to be verb. In that case, was, as in was driven. The subject is being acted upon, not doing the acting. Again, not the batter was hit by a pitch, but a pitch hit the batter. Part of your voice is to develop your perspective. An essay only has room for one thesis, an introduction, a conclusion. Unless you're told this is informal journal writing, always include a thesis, which is the point, the topic, your ideas, why it's important, how you're going to support it. In any given article, is there any doubt about an author's perspective? Any questions? Or is her voice strong and moving through her material confidently? This is how you think about where the thesis is located in the article that you're reading. You need your professors. Look around your class. You need each other. Your professors have a voice, a trained voice, and you will hear it in class. You will see it on your papers. They are committed to you, to their program, to their profession, and they will give you feedback accordingly. How will you respond? What does it mean to know, to train your voice here at EMU? Remember that the writing program website, accessed through a link on My EMU, and the Everyday Writer, EMU's Writing Handbook, are excellent resources for you.